The stars looked cold and distant from the viewport of the Mercy's hand. Dr. Jisoo Kang pressed her hand against the clear surface, watching as Earth's quarantine beacons grew smaller. The blue-white glow of her home planet faded into the darkness of space. She might never see it again. "Doctor, your presence is requested on the bridge." The ship's AI spoke in a flat voice. Jisoo sighed and turned away from the window. Her white medical coat felt heavy on her shoulders. She was the only human on this ship. The only human doctor in this part of the galaxy now. The hallways of the hospital ship were clean and bright. The lights changed to match the time of day. Now they glowed soft orange, imitating sunset. Jisoo walked quickly, her footsteps echoing, on the metal floor. When she reached the bridge, 3 aliens looked up at her. Captain Taeho sat in the command chair. His blue skin wrinkled around his eyes as he frowned. Security Chief Hana stood beside him, her forearms crossed over her chest. Engineer Do-hyun didn't look up from his control panel. His long fingers moved quickly over the screens. "Dr. Kang," Captain Taeho said. His translator made his voice sound almost human. "We have received a distress call." Jisoo stepped forward. "From Earth? Are they lifting the quarantine?" Hana made a sound like rocks falling. It was how her species laughed. "No, human. Your planet is still locked down. The call comes from Proxima Centauri, the mining colony on the 3rd moon." Jisoo felt her heart sink. Earth was suffering from a pandemic that had killed millions. The galactic authorities had sealed off the planet, trapping billions of humans. Only those already off-world, like Jisoo, had escaped the quarantine. "What kind of distress call?" Jisoo asked. Captain Taeho touched a button on his chair. A voice filled the bridge, broken by static. "This is Proxima Mining Colony 3. We have a medical emergency. Multiple species affected. Symptoms include..." The message broke into static, then cleared. "Bleeding from eyes and mouth. Colony medical AI cannot identify the pathogen. We have 23 dead already. Please send help." The message ended. The bridge was quiet. "We should report this to Galactic Health," Do-hyun said without looking up. "We are not equipped to handle an outbreak." Hana nodded, her yellow eyes blinking slowly. "Agreed, especially with the human plague spreading on Earth. We cannot risk exposure." Jisoo felt anger rise in her chest. "This is a hospital ship. We are exactly equipped to handle an outbreak. And this doesn't sound like the Earth pandemic. The symptoms are different." "The human is correct," Captain Taeho said. "We are the closest medical vessel. But I am concerned about your safety, Dr. Kang. If humans are affected at the colony..." Jisoo stood straighter. "I took an oath to help the sick, Captain. All sick beings, not just humans. And right now, human medical expertise is the rarest resource in this sector." The captain stared at her for a long moment. Then he nodded once. "Set course for Proxima Centauri," he told Do-hyun. "Full speed." The journey took 3 days. Jisoo spent the time reviewing what little data they had and preparing the medical bay. The Proxima colony was home to 5 different species, including a small human population. Most worked in the helium-3 mines that powered starships across the sector. When they arrived, Jisoo gasped at the view on the main screen. The colony was built into the gray surface of the moon. It should have been lit up with 1,000 lights. Instead, only a few sections showed power. The rest was dark. "Life signs?" Captain Taeho asked. Do-hyun checked his screens. 217. The colony should have over 500 residents. Jisoo felt cold. "We need to go down there now." "I'll prepare the shuttle," Hana said. "Doctor, you will need full containment gear." An hour later, the shuttle landed at the colony's main dock. Jisoo stepped out, her breath loud inside her protective helmet. Hana followed, carrying medical supplies and weapons. The air in the dock was thin but breathable. Red emergency lights cast long shadows. "Hello?" Jisoo called. Her voice echoed back to her. A door at the far end opened. A figure stumbled through. Jisoo recognized the species, a centaurian, one of the native aliens, from this system. Its skin was pale green, but dark streaks ran from its 3 eyes. Blood. Doctor? The alien said, its translator crackling. You came. Jisoo rushed forward, catching the alien as it fell. I'm here to help. What happened? It started 10 days ago. The miners brought something up from the deep shafts. A container. Very old. The alien coughed and more blood appeared. We didn't know what was inside. The colony administrator opened it. Hana moved closer, her hand on her weapon. Is it contagious? The alien's eyes blinked slowly. Yes, it moves through the air. Our medical AI tried to stop it, but the virus changes too quickly. It affects all species differently. Humans get sick but do not die. The rest of us, it didn't finish. Jisoo helped the alien to sit against the wall. She took out a medical scanner and ran it over the centaurian's body. The readings made her frown. This isn't like any virus I've seen, she said, but the pattern looks designed. What do you mean, human? Hana asked sharply. Jisoo looked up at her. I mean, this doesn't look natural. The way it attacks different species in different ways. The rapid mutation. This virus was created by someone. The centaurian made a soft sound. The container had markings, old symbols from before the Galactic Union. Jisoo was about to ask more when her communicator beeped. Captain Taeho's voice came through. Doctor, we're detecting approaching ships. Military class. They're not responding to hails. Hana hissed, a sign of alarm from her species. We need to leave, Doctor. Jisoo shook her head. There are survivors here. We can't abandon them. The ships will be here in 20 minutes, the captain said. If they quarantine this moon like they did Earth. Jisoo stood up quickly. We need to gather as many patients as we can, and I need samples of this virus. If it's designed, there must be a way to fight it. A new voice spoke. Jisoo turned to see a young human woman standing in a doorway. She looked thin and tired, but her eyes were clear. My name is Young, she said. My mother is sick. Not dying like the aliens, but very ill. I can help you find the others. Hana made the rock falling sound again, but there was no humor in it now. A small human colony at the edge of space, and now a mysterious disease that spares humans while killing aliens. Convenient timing, wouldn't you say, Doctor? Jisoo didn't answer, but a cold feeling spread through her chest as she realized what Hana was suggesting. The Earth pandemic, this new outbreak, could they be connected? Could humans be responsible? She looked at Yong, at the centaurian bleeding on the floor, at the dark colony around them. Take me to the survivors, she told Yong. We have work to do. Overhead, the military ships drew closer. We need to move faster, Hana said. Her forearms carried medical supplies and a large weapon. Those ships will be here soon. Jisoo followed Yong through dark hallways. The power was out in most of the colony. Only emergency lights worked, casting red shadows on the walls. They passed empty rooms and silent machines. How many humans are left in the colony? Jisoo asked Yong. 12, Yong said. We're all sick, but not dying like the aliens. My mother is the worst. She works with alien samples in the lab. That's how she met my father. Jisoo wanted to ask more about Yong's family, but there was no time. They reached a large room that had been turned into a makeshift hospital. The smell of sickness was strong. Jisoo was glad for her helmet. Inside, people lay on beds and on the floor. Most were aliens of different species. Some moved weakly. Others were very still. Jisoo saw humans too, looking sick but alert. Mom! Yong ran to a woman lying on a bed in the corner. The woman was pale, but she smiled when she saw her daughter. Jisoo approached and scanned the woman with her medical device. What's your name? Mija, the woman said. Her voice was weak. You're from Earth? Yes. I'm Dr. Jisoo Kang from the hospital ship Mercy's Hand. Can you tell me what happened here? Mija tried to sit up. Yong helped her. It started in mining shaft 6. They found an old container with warning symbols. The administrator ordered it brought to the surface. He thought it might be valuable technology. She coughed. It was a mistake. The container was opened in my lab, Mija continued. There was a release of gas. Within hours, people started getting sick. First the Centaurians, then the Vexil workers, then everyone else. Humans got sick too, but not as badly. Jisoo looked around the room. You've been treating them? Mija nodded. I'm not a doctor, but I know basic medicine. We tried everything in the colony medical supplies. Nothing worked. Hana spoke from behind them, her voice hard. The ships are entering orbit. We have maybe 10 minutes. Jisoo made a quick decision. We need to take samples and data, and we need to evacuate as many patients as we can. The shuttle can't hold everyone, Hana said. Then we take the worst cases and all the humans, Jisoo replied. And Mija's research data. She knows the most about this disease. Yang looked around the room, her eyes wide. We can't leave the others. Jisoo put a hand on her shoulder. We'll come back for them. But first we need to understand this disease and find a way to stop it. They worked quickly. Jisoo took blood samples from patients of each species. Mija downloaded her research data onto a portable device. Hana and Yang helped the sickest patients move toward the exit. Jisoo's communicator beeped. Doctor, Captain Taeho's voice said. The ships are locking weapons on the colony. You must leave now. They wouldn't fire on the colony, Jisoo said. There are still people alive down here. These are military ships with no markings, the captain replied. I don't think they care about survivors. They care about containing whatever is down there. Jisoo felt cold fear. We're coming. Prepare for emergency departure. They moved as fast as they could. The sickest patients needed to be carried. The time they reached the shuttle, Jisoo was breathing hard inside her suit. They loaded everyone aboard, filling every space. We can't fit anymore, Hana said, closing the door. 15 patients plus us. The shuttle lifted off. Through the window, Jisoo saw the colony growing smaller below them. The dark side of the moon stretched out, gray and empty. Above, the stars were hidden by the shapes of large ships. They're targeting us, the shuttle pilot said. His voice was calm but tight. Jisoo held onto her seat as the shuttle moved in a sharp turn. A beam of light shot past them, missing by meters. Why are they firing? Yang asked, her face pale with fear. They don't want us to leave, Mija said. She sat next to her daughter holding a data pad. They don't want the galaxy to know what happened here. The shuttle shook as it pushed its engines harder. The Mercy's hand grew larger in the viewports. Its docking bay doors were open, waiting for them. Captain, Hana called over the comm. We need cover fire. Negative, Captain Taeho replied. We are a hospital ship, we have no weapons. The shuttle pilot swore in his own language. The shuttle banked hard to avoid another energy beam. Jisoo looked at the scared faces around her. She had promised to help them. She couldn't fail now. Captain, she said into her communicator. Can you release medical waste? The containers are metal. If you release enough, it might confuse their sensors. There was a pause. Then, clever doctor, releasing medical waste now. Outside, hundreds of small metal containers floated out from the Mercy's hand. The targeting beams from the military ships scattered, trying to lock onto the new objects. The shuttle slipped through the confusion and into the docking bay. The doors closed behind them. Jisoo felt the ship jerk as it jumped to faster than light speed. They were safe. For now. Hours later, Jisoo stood in the ship's lab, looking at screens of data. The patients were stable in the medical bay. Mija sat nearby, helping analyze the test results. It's not natural, Mija said. The virus was designed to affect different species in different ways. Jisoo nodded. But why? And by whom? The door opened. Captain Taeho entered, followed by Hana and Do-hyun. The captain's blue face looked serious. Doctor, we have received more distress calls. Similar outbreaks have been reported in 7 systems. Jisoo felt her stomach tighten. 7 systems? This isn't just one colony. No, Hana said. and the Galactic Health Coalition has declared all 7 systems lost zones. They're under quarantine. No ships allowed in or out. Just like Earth, Jisoo whispered. Do-hyun stepped forward. Captain, we should return to Galactic Center, report what we found. We can't abandon these systems, Jisoo said. There are millions of people in those. Susons. Taeho looked at her with his strange eyes. Doctor, we're one ship. What can we do against a galaxy-wide health crisis? Jisoo straightened her back. We can find a cure. Mija and I have already isolated the virus. If we can understand how it was made, we can find a way to stop it. And if we can't, Hana asked, then we still try, Jisoo said firmly. I didn't become a doctor to help only the easy cases. Captain Taeho was quiet for a long moment. Then, he nodded once. Where do we go first, Doctor? Jisoo looked at the star map on the wall. 7 systems glowed red, marked as quarantine zones. Between them was a pattern that only she could see. Here, she said, pointing to a small dot between 2 red systems. An abandoned research station. The outbreaks form a circle around it. That's where this started. The captain nodded again. Setting course. But Doctor, be warned. We are now fugitives. The Galactic Health Coalition will not approve of us entering quarantine zones. Jisoo looked through the lab doorway at the medical bay, where sick aliens and humans rested. Sometimes, she said quietly, healing means breaking the rules. The abandoned research station hung in space like a dead bug. Once it had been shiny and new. Now its metal skin was dark and pitted with small holes from space rocks. No lights showed in its windows. Jisoo looked at it from the bridge of the Mercy's hand. Are there any life signs? Do-hyun checked his screens. No. The station appears empty, but there is still some power running. The main computer may be working. Captain Taeho turned to Jisoo. Doctor, I must say again that this is dangerous. If someone deliberately created this virus, they may still be watching this place. Jisoo nodded. She had not slept much in the 3 days since they escaped from the mining colony. She was tired, but she couldn't rest. Not while people were dying across 7 star systems. I understand, Captain, but we need answers. And Mija thinks this station was used for biological research before the last galactic war. It's our best lead. Hana stepped forward. I will go with the doctor. We will take a small team. Quick in, quick out. The captain didn't look happy, but he agreed. An hour later, Jisoo floated through the silent corridors of the research station. She wore a spacesuit with extra air tanks. Behind her came Hana, Mija, and 2 crew members from the Mercy's hand. The inside of the station was cold and dark. Their helmet lights made long shadows on the walls. They passed empty rooms with broken equipment. Everything of value had been taken long ago. The main lab should be in the center, Mija said. She held a small scanner in her gloved hands. That's where the power readings are coming from. They pushed themselves forward, floating in the zero gravity. Jisoo felt a strange feeling, like someone was watching them. But when she turned her head, there was no one there. The main lab had a heavy door that was still sealed. Hana used a cutting tool to open it. Inside, they found what they were looking for. Unlike the rest of the station, the lab was clean and organized. Machines hummed softly. Lights blinked on computer screens. On the walls were strange symbols, the same ones Mija had seen on the container from the mining colony. Someone has been here recently, Hana said. Her 4 hands all held weapons now. Jisoo moved to the main computer. It was still running. The screen showed data about the virus, how it affected different species. There were reports from the mining colony and other places where outbreaks had happened. This isn't just research, Jisoo said as she read. This is a record of attacks. Someone released this virus on purpose. Mija floated to another screen. Look at this. It's a list of corporate sponsors, companies that paid for this research. Jisoo read the names. Most were unfamiliar to her, but one stood out. Stellar Biotech, that's owned by Min Corporation. Min? Hana asked. The richest alien in the galaxy? The one who owns half the medical companies? Yes, Jisoo said. And look at this report. It talks about successful targeting of specific genetic markers. They're designing viruses that can kill some species but not others. A soft sound made them all turn. One of the crew members had opened a sealed door at the back of the lab. Inside was a small room with one thing in it, a clear container just like the one found in the mining colony. "Don't touch it!" Jisoo and Mija both shouted at once, but it was too late. The container had a sensor that detected their presence. A red light began to blink on top of it. "We need to leave," Hana said. "Now!" They pushed themselves out of the lab as fast as they could. Behind them, the container made a soft hissing sound as it began to open. Jisoo didn't look back. She knew what would happen if they breathed the air. They reached their shuttle and sealed the door. The pilot started. The engines. As they pulled away from the station, Jisoo looked out the window. The station looked the same as before, dark and empty, but now she knew it was a trap, meant to infect anyone who came looking for answers. Back on the Mercy's hand, Jisoo and Mija showed Captain Taeho what they had found. "Min Corporation," the captain said. His blue face looked troubled. "That explains why the Galactic Health Coalition declared the outbreak zones lost. Min has many friends in the government." "But why?" Do-hyun asked. "Why would the richest being in the galaxy create a virus that kills people?" Jisoo had been thinking about this question. "Control," she said. "What's the most valuable thing in the galaxy right now?" "Medical supplies," Mija answered. "Since the Earth pandemic, prices have gone up 10 times. "And who owns the most medical companies?" Jisoo asked. "Min does. He makes more money every time there's a health crisis." Hana made her rock-falling laugh, but it was bitter. "So he created the Earth pandemic too? Just for money?" Jisoo shook her head. "I don't think it's just about money. The data we found showed they're testing different versions of the virus. Some kill certain species but not others. That's not about money. That's about power." The bridge was quiet as everyone thought about what this meant. "We need to tell someone," Young said. She had come to the bridge with her mother. "People need to know what Min is doing." Captain Taeho shook his head. "Who would believe us? Min owns half the news networks in the galaxy, and the Galactic Health Coalition would arrest us for breaking quarantine." "Then we need proof," Jisoo said. "Proof that would convince anyone." "What kind of proof?" Hana asked. Jisoo thought for a moment. "Min's main research center. It's on his private planet in the core worlds. If we could get in there, find the original virus samples, maybe find records of the tests." "Impossible," Do-hyun said. "Min's planet has more security than the Galactic President's home." "Not for me," Hana said suddenly. Everyone turned to look at her. "Before I worked security on hospital ships, I was in a different line of work. I have contacts who can help us get onto any planet unnoticed." "You were a smuggler?" Young asked, her eyes wide. Hana's yellow eyes blinked. "Let's just say I know people who know how to avoid being seen." Captain Taeho stood up from his chair. "This is madness. We are a hospital ship, not spies." "We're the only ones who know the truth," Jisoo said. "And every day we wait, more people die in those quarantine zones, even on Earth." The captain looked at each person on the bridge. Then he sighed. "I never wanted to be a hero doctor. I just wanted to help sick people and go home at the end of the day." Jisoo smiled for the first time in days. "That's all any doctor wants, Captain. But sometimes the sickness is bigger than we expected." "Very well," Captain Taeho said. "Hana, contact your friends. Doctor, prepare what you need. We're going to the core worlds." As they left the bridge, Mija touched Jisoo's arm. "Are you sure about this? Min is powerful. And if he really did create the Earth pandemic as a test, then he's responsible for millions of deaths," Jisoo finished. "And he won't stop unless someone stops him." Mija nodded. "I'll help however I can. For Young's future. For everyone's future." Jisoo squeezed her hand. One human doctor against a galactic conspiracy. The odds were bad. But what choice did she have? The Mercy's hand did not go straight to Min's planet. It was too dangerous. Instead, they stopped at a small space station on the edge of the core worlds. The station had no name, only a number. Station 712 Jisoo looked out at it from the shuttle window. It didn't look special, just an old station that had seen better days. Rust covered parts of its metal skin. "Are you sure this is safe?" she asked Hana, who sat beside her. Hana's yellow eyes blinked slowly. "No place is safe for us now, but the owner of this station owes me a favor, and he hates Min Corporation." The shuttle docked at a small bay. The door opened with a hiss of air. Jisoo followed Hana into the station. Captain Taiho came too, along with Mija and Do-hyun. Young stayed on the ship to help care for the sick patients. Inside, the station was dim and crowded. People of many species pushed past each other in narrow hallways. The air smelled of strange foods and engine fuel. "Stay close," Hana said. "And keep your hood up, Doctor. Humans are rare here." Jisoo pulled the hood of her coat over her head. They walked through the crowd following Hana. No one paid them much attention. Everyone here had secrets they wanted to hide. They reached a door at the end of a long hallway. Hana knocked 3 times, paused, then knocked twice more. The door slid open. Inside was a large room filled with medical equipment. Some of it was new and shiny, some looked very old. In the center, an alien sat in a chair. He was old, with gray skin that hung in loose folds. His eyes were milky white. "Dr. Sung," Hana said with a bow. "Thank you for seeing us." The old alien nodded slowly. "Hana, it has been many years. You bring friends to my humble station?" "We need help," Hana said. "This is Dr. Jisoo Kang from Earth. She is trying to stop a virus that is killing people across 7 systems." Dr. Sung's white eyes turned to Jisoo. Although he seemed blind, she felt like he could see right through her. "A human doctor," he said. His voice was raspy but kind. "I remember when humans first joined our galactic community. So eager to learn, so quick to help. Please tell me about this virus." Jisoo stepped forward. She told Dr. Sung everything they had learned. The outbreaks, the research station, Min Corporation's involvement. The old doctor listened without interrupting. When she finished, he was quiet for a long time. Then he said, "Min, I should have known. He was once my student many years ago. Brilliant but too ambitious. He never understood that medicine is about healing, not power. Can you help us?" Jisoo asked. "We need to find a cure before more people die." Dr. Sung moved his chair to a large computer. His long fingers danced over the controls. "Show me your data." For the next 2 days, Jisoo and Mija worked with Dr. Sung in his lab. Captain Taiho and Do-hyun returned to the ship. Hana stayed to guard them. On the 3rd day, Jisoo made a discovery. "Look at this," she said, pointing to a screen. "The virus is designed to avoid detection by medical nanites." Nanites were tiny machines used by most advanced species for medical treatment. They flowed through the blood, fixing problems and fighting disease. "Yes," Dr. Sung said. "Most species in the galaxy rely on nanite medicine. They have forgotten the old ways of treating disease." "But humans still use those old ways," Mija said. "We haven't had nanite medicine on Earth for very long." Jisoo felt excitement build in her chest. "That's why humans get sick but don't die from this virus. Our bodies still know how to fight disease the old way, with antibodies." Dr. Sung nodded. "Your natural immune systems are still strong. Most species have let their natural defenses grow weak. They depend too much on technology. So we need to make a treatment that combines old-fashioned antibodies with advanced nanites," Jisoo said. "Yes," Dr. Sung agreed. "A bridge between human medicine and galactic medicine." They worked for another day without stopping. Jisoo used blood from the human patients, including her own. They isolated the antibodies that fought the virus. Then Dr. Sung showed them how to program special nanites to carry those antibodies. "It's ready for testing," Jisoo said at last. She held up a small vial of clear liquid. Inside were millions of nanites carrying human antibodies. Just then, Hana burst into the lab. "We have trouble. Min's security forces are on the station." Someone reported seeing a human. Dr. Sung moved quickly despite his age. "Take the back exit, I will delay them." "But we haven't tested the cure yet," Jisoo protested. "Take it," Dr. Sung said. "Test it on your patients. I will contact you when it's safe." They had no choice. Jisoo carefully packed the vial and their research data. Hana led them through a hidden door at the back of the lab. They hurried through narrow maintenance tunnels that smelled of oil and dust. "Our shuttle is too far," Hana said. "We'll take my old ship." "You have a ship here?" Mija asked in surprise. Hana's mouth curved in what might have been a smile. "I told you I had a different life before, some things you don't get rid of." Hana's ship was small and old, but it looked fast. They climbed aboard. Hana sat in the pilot's seat and started the engines. "What about the Mercy's Hand?" Jisoo asked. "What about Captain Tae-ho and the others?" "I've sent them a message," Hana said. "They'll meet us at the backup location." The ship lifted off from a small hidden dock. As they flew away from the station, Jisoo saw several large ships with Min Corporation logos approaching. "They won't catch us," Hana said. "This ship is faster than it looks." The stars streaked into lines as they jumped to faster-than-light speed. Hours later they reached the meeting point, a small moon orbiting a gas giant. The Mercy's Hand was waiting for them. Once aboard, Jisoo went straight to the medical bay. 34. Patients from the mining colony were still sick, but stable. Jisoo checked each one carefully. Then she prepared a dose of the new treatment. "Who should get it first?" Mija asked. Jisoo looked at the sick aliens. "The Centaurian. He was the first one we met at the colony. He's the worst case." They injected the treatment into the Centaurian's arm. Then they waited. For an hour, nothing happened. The Centaurian's breathing stayed shallow. The black lines on his green skin didn't fade. Then slowly his 3 eyes opened. The dark blood around them had dried and cracked, but no new blood appeared. "Doctor," he said weakly, "I can breathe easier." Jisoo checked his vital signs. They were improving. The treatment was working. She treated the other patients one by one. Each showed signs of improvement. Not a full cure yet, but a step in the right direction. Captain Tae-ho came to the medical bay. "Doctor, we have a problem. Hana was injured during our escape from the station. She's in surgery now." Jisoo felt her heart sink. "How bad is it?" "Bad," the captain said. "The ship's medical AI is doing what it can, but..." He didn't finish. Jisoo understood. Hana needed the treatment too, but they hadn't tested it on her species yet. "I need to see her," Jisoo said. "The treatment might work for her too." "It's risky," Mija warned. "If it goes wrong, if we do nothing, she'll die," Jisoo said. "And we owe her our lives." Jisoo took what remained of the treatment and hurried to the surgery room. She had to try, even if it was dangerous, even if it might not work. Jisoo stood over Hana's bed in the surgery room. The security chief looked small and fragile now. Her yellow eyes were closed. 2 of her 4 arms were wrapped in bandages. Machines beeped softly, tracking her weak life signs. "Will it work?" Captain Tae-ho asked. He stood on the other side of the bed. His blue face showed worry for his friend. "I don't know," Jisoo admitted. "The treatment works on the virus, but Hana's injuries are from a weapon. Still, the nanites might help her heal faster." She held the small injector with the last of their treatment. It was a risk. But Hana had risked her life for them many times. Jisoo injected the treatment into Hana's arm. Then she watched the monitors closely. At first, nothing changed. Hana's breathing stayed shallow. Her heart rate was still too fast. Then, slowly, the numbers on the screen began to improve. Hana's breathing deepened. Her heart rate steadied. "It's working," Jisoo said softly. Relief washed over her. Captain Tae-ho touched Hana's hand gently. "Rest, old friend. We need you for what comes next. What came next was the hardest part of their journey. The Mercy's hand traveled to the nearest quarantine zone. Inside that zone were 3 inhabited planets suffering from the virus. Millions of people were sick and dying. We don't have enough treatment for everyone, Mija said. She and Jisoo stood in the lab, looking at the small amount they had made. Maybe a few hundred doses, Jisoo nodded. We need to make more, a lot more, and we need to get the formula to doctors on every affected world. Min Corporation will try to stop us, Do-hyun said. They control most of the medical facilities in these systems. Then we don't use medical facilities, Jisoo said. We use people, regular people who want to save their worlds. They made a plan. The Mercy's hand would visit each planet in the quarantine zone. They would find local leaders and teach them how to make the treatment using simple equipment. Each group would teach others. The cure would spread from person to person, faster than Min could stop it. It was dangerous. Each time they landed on a new world, they risked being caught. But they had no choice. On the first planet, they found a small hospital running on emergency power. The doctors there were desperate for help. Jisoo taught them how to make the treatment. They were quick to learn. On the second planet, they met with community leaders in a hidden basement. These people weren't doctors, but they understood what needed to be done. Mija showed them how to use common household items to grow the human antibodies. On the third planet, word had spread about the human doctor bringing a cure. People were waiting for them. They cheered when Jisoo stepped off the ship. For 2 weeks, they worked without stopping. The treatment spread across the quarantine zone. Reports came in of sick people getting better. The black market price for Min Corporation's medicine began to drop as fewer people needed it. Then, as they prepared to leave the third planet, they received an urgent message from Dr. Sung. Min knows what you're doing, the old doctor's voice said over the static-filled communication. He's coming for you himself. His flagship is heading to your location. Captain Taeho ordered an immediate departure. The Mercy's hand lifted off from the planet's surface as fast as its engines would allow, but they were too late. As they reached orbit, they saw it. Min's flagship. It was huge, 10 times the size of their hospital ship. Its weapons were already locked on them. We can't outrun it, Do-hyun said from his place at the controls. And we can't fight it. A voice came through the ship's communication system. It was cold and smooth. This is Min. You have stolen my property and interfered with my business interests. Surrender now or be destroyed. Jisoo looked at the others on the bridge. They had come so far. They had helped so many. It couldn't end like this. Let me talk to him, she said. Captain Taeho nodded. Jisoo stepped up to the communication panel. This is Dr. Jisoo Kang. We have not stolen anything. We have developed a cure for a virus that is killing millions of people. A virus that your company created. There was a long pause. Then Min's voice came back, colder than before. A bold accusation, Doctor. But you have no proof. And soon, you will have no ship. I'm losing patience. Jisoo was about to respond when Young rushed onto the bridge. Doctor, something's wrong with the patients. They're getting sick again, but in a new way. Jisoo ran to the medical bay. The patients who had been improving were now worse. They had new symptoms, high fever, skin rashes, confusion. The virus is changing, Mija said. She looked at her medical scanner with horror. It's mutating to fight our treatment. Jisoo checked each patient. The new symptoms were serious but not immediately fatal, except for one patient. The Centaurian was barely breathing. He needs help now, Jisoo said. Get me a direct neural scanner. The neural scanner showed what Jisoo feared. The virus had moved into the Centaurian's brain. Their treatment couldn't reach it there. We need something stronger, she said. Something that can cross the neural barrier. Mija worked quickly at a computer. There's only one medication that can do that. It's made by... She stopped. Min Corporation? Jisoo finished for her. Of course it is. Captain Taeho's voice came through the ship's system. Dr. Min is giving us one last chance to surrender. What should I tell him? Jisoo made a decision. Tell him I want to speak with him face to face. Tell him I have information about a new mutation of the virus. A mutation that's affecting his own species. It was a guess, but an educated one. The virus was designed to affect different species in different ways. Min had been careful to protect his own kind. If that protection was failing, Min agreed to a meeting. His shuttle docked with the Mercy's hand. Jisoo waited in the main conference room. When the door opened, she saw Min for the first time. He was tall and thin, with pale purple skin and 6 fingers on each hand. He wore expensive clothes and moved with grace. But Jisoo noticed something else. His hands shook slightly. There was sweat on his forehead. "Dr. Kang," he said. His voice was steady despite his appearance. "You wish to speak with me?" "You're sick," Jisoo said simply. "The virus has mutated. It's affecting your species now, isn't it?" Min's face showed nothing, but he didn't deny it. "If this is true, then your so-called cure is useless." "Not useless," Jisoo said. "Just incomplete. We can adapt it to fight the mutation, but we need your help." "My help?" Min laughed, but it turned into a cough. "Why would I help you?" "Because otherwise you'll die," Jisoo said, "just like all the others." Min stared at her. For a moment his perfect mask slipped. Jisoo saw fear in his eyes. "What do you want?" he asked. "End the quarantines. Let us distribute the cure freely. Help us improve it to fight the mutations." Min was quiet for a long time. Then he nodded, once. "Very well, Doctor. It seems I have no choice. But know this. When I recover, we will meet again." It was a threat, but Jisoo had won the battle that mattered most. In the days that followed, the quarantines were lifted. The Mercy's hand traveled freely, distributing the improved cure. Min Corporation's resources were turned to helping rather than hurting. 1 month later, Jisoo stood on the bridge of the Mercy's hand, looking at Earth. The blue-white planet was beautiful from space. The quarantine beacons were gone. "Are you ready to go home, Doctor?" Captain Taeho asked. Jisoo smiled. "Not yet. There's still work to do out here." Hana, fully recovered, joined them at the viewport. "What will you do now?" Jisoo thought about everything she had learned, about human medicine and alien technology, about courage and healing. "I'm going to start a school," she said. "A place where doctors from all species can learn from each other, where old ways and new ways come together." "A worthy goal," Captain Taeho said. "And where will this school be?" Jisoo looked out at the stars, at the galaxy that had almost broken, but was now healing. "Everywhere," she said. "Wherever people need help. Because that's what doctors did. And that's what humans did best. They helped, they healed, they shared what they knew. One human doctor had faced a broken galaxy, and she had fixed it, one patient at a time.